this area could use a little more dirt over it to try to get the water either back to the drain or let it run on out that end somewhere. But the thing is, I don't think it'd take much. But the thing is, right here is where the septic tank runs from here back this direction, and so in this area out in here is where the septic tank would be. This is right where it begins because I used a rod to go down and hit it along in this area and started this drain just right immediately, almost up against it. So, that's just something to consider there. Here's the drain I put in, running back up by the carport there, and there was a large volume of water staying in there until I put the drain in. It's first really good rain we've had since I put it in. But I knew this, where I put it in would settle some, and of course it has, so that needs to be kind of filled in and some new gravel, driveway worked on here, maybe some pressure run or something. I'll talk to Kim and see what might want. Of course, we'll be leaving Wednesday, but still would love to get this done and if you give us some kind of estimate. What you think, if you're able to do it, if you feel like you could sometime. I saw, I've corrected a lot of the problem, but not all of it. I just ran out of time and didn't have time to do what I had to. And of course, that little excavator, I really couldn't do a good job. I'm used to using the tractor, the box blade on it, as far as smoothing things out. Now, let's see here. Well, I thought I had that corrected a little better, but all this water running is running out under the building, and it's been running back down there. That's part of the problem building up there around the carport. I don't know if there's much without permission from the owner of this property. I put this grate over here. I had a piece of plywood, but they had piled up some wood from the storms a couple of years ago that had prevented the water from coming in here at all. So that's diverted a lot of it back to it, but not all, evidently. I took that firewood where it was piled right in this area and spread it out over here, hoping that over time that enough debris and stuff would wash up that would keep it from going over that direction. So without the owner's permission, and maybe we could get that, I don't know, I'm not sure, to dig something. It's his responsibility, I know, to keep this water from flowing on her property like that, I'm pretty sure. You probably know more about that than I do, but if somehow, like I say, this is the biggest problem with the water flow. Well, I helped some of it. Now, this drain, it was reduced down somewhere because this is a size bigger culvert that runs, and somewhere down through there, I'm not sure where it's reduced to the size that it comes out. Also, I looked down this, it's pretty much rusted out along the bottom of it, where that water, water goes, that goes underneath of it. I don't know, I assume that the rest of it looks good except the very bottom. I assume it lasts a number of years without collapsing because of this way the ground and dirt's formed around it now. And like I say, the rest of it looks good. It's just the very bottom. That's rusted out. I'm sure you've maybe seen something like that before. So I don't think this time you want to replace it unless you really highly recommend it. Like I say, I don't know where all that water, if it has a chance to get to the basement, what runs underneath this culvert, it's got to go somewhere. Hopefully, I think it would sink on into the ground before it gets to the basement down there deeper. But yeah, here's one other possibility I was looking at. Maybe up there along the property line to get the water into that drain would be, and that drain is right in the center of the video right now, just left that old planter that's up there. Maybe to put a load of dirt right in this area to get the water diverted over to that drain. So I just wondering if that might be a possibility. It could work. You can see the water, the land kind of slopes that way upwards, and maybe just on this side of the property line build it up where it would have to go to that drain there, as opposed to a ditch. Just another thought. Like, pretty much, like I say, what we're looking at. So if you can give me some thoughts on it, and maybe let me know something. And maybe some kind of an estimate of what you think, if you feel like you could do it sometime. Um, I know if we don't get something done, of course I'm going to be gone, like I say, Wednesday, and this is going to keep washing out. Where I can put that ditch in there with this heavy rain like this. And you can see now where it's gotten so deep. Now that would sit like that until I put that drain in. It would stay like that for several days after rain like this. But hopefully that drain, at least once the heavy rain stops, it'll get it out. I knew when I put it in, it wouldn't handle the rain while it's coming down like this. But like I say, my hope was it would alleviate it once this rain stopped. But you see where most of it's coming from is, yeah, where it's not going in that drain up there. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts.